Hey everybody, it's Ken Harper with the Crosspoint team. Today we're driving through Covington, Georgia. A couple of weeks ago I had done a video about my favorite local lunch spots in Conyers. So today we're going to mix it up a little bit. Everyone thinks in terms of Covington of the square and how a great gathering space that is, which is true, but it is a very small part of what life is like here. So today we're going to focus on 5 of the local restaurants that are not on the square where I love to eat. I lived here for over 20 years, moved down here in 2000, so I've got a lot of knowledge about the different restaurants. Unfortunately, I've probably eaten at them way too often. So today we're going to get started, and the first one that we're going to focus on is going to be Mamie's. That is a great breakfast place. Mamie's has actually been in business since 1966. It was started in Atlanta on Memorial Drive. A few decades ago, they moved out to both Conyers and into Covington. The one out here has been here for as long as anybody can remember. If you're looking for great Southern breakfast, biscuits and gravy, bacon and eggs, all the fixings, that's the place to go. The interesting thing about Covington, or specifically Mamie's here in Covington, is a lot of their businesses drive through. You've got a lot of folks that work at some of the factories and some of the warehouses here in the area. And so you'll have a line of cars that are 10, 15, 20 minutes long lined up to get biscuits on the way to work. So if you're in Covington and it's breakfast time, that's the place where I would start. So the second restaurant we're going to focus on is going to be a Covington original. It's a member of the Jim Stalvy's restaurant chain. I am not going to take you to Jim Stalvy's. That would be like dropping into a really bad time capsule of a 1970s steakhouse. The average age of the person there is going to be, let's just say, older than me. But the one I want to focus on is a place that everybody goes to for lunch, and that's going to be Butcher Block Deli. Butcher Block Deli has been in this little strip mall for as long as I can remember. They have fantastic sandwiches. They've got amazing potato soup, and they kind of have a specialty doing hot dogs, which is kind of a weird thing. But everybody who has lived in Covington for longer than 5 minutes has absolutely been to the Butcher Block, and I would recommend it anytime you're ready for lunch. So our third restaurant on the list is going to be an institution here in Covington going all the way back to 1994, and that's going to be Little Phillies. It's a little hoagie place. They do amazing cheesesteaks there. You can get some good chicken tenders and even chicken wings. But that place is over in an industrial area, so they had a lot of carryout, not a lot of seating, hadn't really been updated. So about a decade ago, the owner found a place here on the main strip through Covington and opened up a second location called Tubby Tom's. That's going to be more of a true sports bar. Tubby Tom's does a huge business of regulars. A lot of Covington folks are going to go there. But that's a good family-owned place with fantastic bar food. So definitely check that one out. So number 4 on our list is going to be the newest restaurant in town of the ones we're covering. That's going to be Osake Japanese Restaurant. It's still been here almost a decade. That one's actually not on one of the busy streets. It's a couple of blocks off the square, kind of on a side street. They do hibachi and sushi style, but they don't cook in front of you. It's not that kind of a restaurant, but they have great food, and the locals, you can find them there pretty much for lunch and dinner any day of the week. So before we get to number one, just take a brief moment and talk about some of the more chain restaurants that we have. We've had quite a bit of growth here in the Covington area in the last few years, so we've added in an Olive Garden recently. They just opened up a Five Guys. They've got Chipotle down here. We just got a chicken salad chick as well. The other thing I'll point out is that people here in Covington, they really do love to come to town and eat out on the weekend. So if you're planning a restaurant visit on a Friday or a Saturday, either get there early or call ahead for reservations because it can get pretty crowded. So now finally our last restaurant that we're focusing on in this particular video, it's going to be a restaurant that's been around for about 20 years. Had a name change, ownership change a few years back, and that's going to be El Chaparro. El Chaparro is a lovely Mexican restaurant. The owner was a server and bought out the place, kind of started his own thing, changed the menu around, and the place stays packed pretty much all the time, lunch and dinner. There are a couple of different really nice Mexican restaurants that stay busy, but this one kind of has a special place in my heart because this guy pretty much built it from the ground up. So if you're ever in town and you want to give a local businessman your business, you can do a lot worse than that. So there you have it, my 5 top local spots here in Covington that are not on the square. Love from your comments. Go ahead and let me know what you think of the list. And if you have a favorite, let me know. I could have probably added in another half dozen easy. Once again, if you haven't met me, I'm Ken Harper. I'm a real estate agent here in the area. If you have any questions about Covington, or if you're thinking about moving to the area, all my contact information is below. We'd love to hear from you.